Today we're going to talk about the Hammock Gear Winter Palace Cuban fiber tarp. Alright guys, we got our Winter Palace set up. I got it set up in my favorite mode of all, what we call porch mode with the trekking poles. That way, when you're sitting in it, you're laying in your hammock or just relaxing to camp, you can sit out and see all the beautiful woods around you. You're not enclosed completely. So what I want to do is go over some of the specifications. We got this thing weighs right around 11 ounces. It's Cuban fiber, no water retention, super light. So whether it's wet or dry, it's 11 ounces. Right there at it. I think there's 14 tie outs on it. It's got that's the one thing I don't like about this tarp is it takes a little bit of time to set up because there's so many tie outs. You don't have to use them all. I find that if you don't use at least the bottom tie outs, if you get a little breeze, you may get some flapping in the wind. If you end up setting up where it's a little bit closer, a little more bunkered down is what we call the side tie outs up top here. They work great. These work great to pull the sides out and give you extra room in there. They're all taped in. They got the 1/2 inch D-rings for all your side tie outs and 3/4 inch D-rings for your ridge line up here. Everything's nice and sturdy. I've been in a lot of wind and haven't had an issue. I'll show you guys the one issue we had a couple weeks ago. Ended up having a tree limb fall in and cut a 10.5 inch hole from right here down to about here. So I sent it back to Hammock Gear. They had a quick turnaround. They had it for a week or maybe a little less. They taped both sides of it. It's just like new. I'm ecstatic about the work they did and how great and how fast they turned it around. So the tarp itself, I guess I've had it maybe 2 years and it hasn't let me down yet. It's my favorite tarp to carry. I've had a couple others and this is definitely my favorite. So I'm going to change the configuration real quick and show you guys another way to set it up. All right, so on this back side, we set it up a little different. I got these bungees to try to help save putting a stake out, and basically they're coming to a center point down to a center stake, so that can be helpful. There's all kinds of configurations. Sometimes I'll take these loops or the bungee and put my trekking pole over my ridge line, and it pulls it up. I don't have to it saves me having to put 4 stakes out doing that. When I do that, I put my tarp on the underside of my ridge line, so I don't have to worry about my trekking poles rubbing on my tarp. And other than that, you can just play with it. It has all kinds of configurations and anything you can do. It's been an awesome tarp. We highly recommend it if you guys want to go as light as possible and stay as dry. There's plenty of room. It's a true 11 foot. I think it's about 8 foot 6 inches or so wide. But I've never been wet in it. It's kept me out of the wind and rain plenty of nights, so it's been a great tarp. All right, guys, I got this thing pretty locked down for a winter camp out right now. I got the doors shut. I'm pretty low to the ground. There's some spots I can make it a little bit lower, but just for what we're doing here today, this is going to work. If you want, I'll show you the inside and how everything works. So on my system here, I use the hookworms from Dutchware, and then I got the little hooks Dutch sells, little titanium hooks, and then back to the doors. All my tie outs are that way, so this is a completely knotless system. We're gonna come in and open up. As you can see, we got plenty of space in here. This side, we're on a hill right now, so this side I got plenty of room. On this side here with the tie outs, the center tie outs, it definitely pulls it out, and you can see how much room you have. And I will not have any issue sleeping. I don't have to worry about the tarp hitting me in the evening or if wind comes. You can see if you don't use all the tie outs like this one, where you can get a little flappage at times. So to me, if there's going to be any breeze, I always just use them just so you don't have to hear that. There's this other side I have bunkered down where you can see you can actually close these doors completely and be almost 100% enclosed. You don't have to worry about the water coming in and getting here, or snow. You can see this awesome patch job hammock gear done again. You got a little better view of it from this side. You can see the hole started here up to here. I'll show you guys a video what the little tree branch was like. That's part of camping. So hope you guys like this. It's definitely a good purchase. I know the price has gone down since when I bought mine. They've dropped a little bit, so it makes it a little bit more affordable for everybody. I got the hammock gear quilts, Dutch wear hammock, hammock gear quilt, and of course my favorite little hammock gear pillow. So Cuban fiber is great until a tree branch falls and ends up in the makes you heartbroken. We ain't gonna let it ruin the trip. We're gonna patch it up and enjoy this. All right, guys, we got our winter palace tarp all sealed up in our snake skin. I got the mesh snake skin. I'm cheap. It didn't cost near as much as the Cuban fiber. It works great. I've had this on a couple other tarps and it works good on all of them. So we're going to be doing another video on some quilts. The quilts I used today, the Hammock Gear Incubator 20 and the Hammock Gear Burrow 20. So I think I'll have a description somewhere up here. I don't know. It's the first time I'm doing it. So we'll put a description up there, or a link up there, so you could click on it and go to the next video if that's what you want to see.